People ask a lot about things that are included and things that aren't. Beverages, for example, you got your water, your tea, your regular coffee, your milk, your hot chocolate, your chocolate milk, your lemonade. All that is included.
Yep.
But if you want soda, or if you want a specialty coffee, or if you want an alcoholic beverage, those cost more. So you can totally get by without having to buy anything to drink if you're a teetotaler. If you're not going to get blasted.
Yep.
And so in the main dining room, MDR for Sam and the other acronym fans out there. Almost everything is included, but again, you want a specialty coffee, that'll cost you a bit more. You can have as many steaks as you want in the main dining room. You can go there and say, bring me 3 steaks, please. And you will get those steaks, and you will not have to pay a penny for them. You want filet mignon, that's $20. Seems reasonable. So if you want an upgraded steak, if you want lobster when it's not lobster night, it's $20. So I haven't done it myself, because I'm cheap. I haven't felt the need. But that's what's there for food in terms of the restaurant. There's also Lido. Everything on Lido's free. There's nothing on Lido that you can pay for if you wanted to. You go to the shows. The shows are all free. You go to the piano bar. You want to put a little money in the jar because maybe they played your song or you just really appreciate them. That's about the only place where you can use cash on the ship, is to tip an entertainer. And those opportunities are pretty rare. Mostly it's the piano bar, maybe the atrium bar. Most other places, they'll be on a stage, so obviously tipping isn't practical. Gratuity is included. Gratuity, there's a set amount of gratuity you pay. It's normally about 15%. And so when you order a drink, they'll tack on that 15%. So you don't have to worry about doing the math, but you want to throw a little extra on, you can. If you don't, that's fine as well. Pro tip about Bottomless Bubbles. If you start getting your unlimited soda before getting into international waters,
yes,
they're still subject to the state tax.
Which is about 13 cents.
Something like that,
yeah,
for your soda. So you might just want to, you could always ask,
yeah,
hey, are we in international waters yet, or do I have to pay for my soda? With Bottomless Bubbles. So that's something to be conscious of, because you're like, hey, unlimited, and now they're asking for 13 cents. What's going on? It's the state tax that they're not allowed to avoid until they're in international waters. So there's that stuff. Camp Carnival has some things that are pay, but again, on the fun times and on the schedule for Camp Carnival, they'll have a dollar sign next to it. So
fun times.
They have the Groove for St Jude, $10 will get you a t-shirt. It's a donation to charity, but I don't think you get a tax receipt.
No.
There's the Cuddly Bear Workshop for kids, where they make a bear, you got to pay for the bear. A couple little things here and there, but by and large, it's largely well included. Most of the stuff. I'll often come off the ship on average, regardless of how long the sailing is. Normally I'll have about $100 I'll be owing on my sign and sail card. And that's because I'll normally get myself one kiss on the lips, that's a drink. One
yes,
kiss on the lips,
yeah,
probably per day. And then maybe the odd excursion here and there. And I like to get a Christmas ornament of the ship, if they have it in stock. And that's about it. It normally works out to, sometimes we go to Atlantis. Atlantis has become very expensive. So, I mean, that you're looking at like a $200 per person thing. But by and large, the excursions run in the neighborhood of $30 to $90. And you get a good value on those. And so, obviously, those are extra. But if you just want to wander around in the port, that's included. Even if it's a tendered port, taking the boat that takes you to shore, that's included. That's free. And that's a fun little ride all on its own. When I go to Catalina and stuff where it's tendered, like I have a blast riding those things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But also make sure that if you do go out onto shore, do not take any excursions on shore. So if you have somebody come up to you saying, oh, I have a great deal, I can give you this, $30 for a Jeep tour. Well, that's fine, but that's not a Carnival excursion, which means that if you run late past your boarding time, the ship will not wait for you. However, if it is a Carnival excursion, the ship will wait until you return. Be wary of that. Only take excursions from the ship excursion desk or on the Carnival website. Do not take it from anybody offshore.
Yeah, or if you do so at your own risk,
yes,
basically. Like when I was in St. Thomas on the disaster trip, we went to the butterfly thing, and we went to Paradise Point, taking the funicular chairlift ride up to Paradise Point. We just walked up and paid and went and did that, and that's fine. I mean, we could see the ship. Literally, we could see the ship from the front door, both places. So there was no risk about being late in that regard. But yeah, I mean, there's concerns. We've never run into troublesome gypsy cabs or anything like that, but I've heard stories. So you want to be careful, but you don't want to be paranoid either. I was in Cozumel on the Glory, and we got a little lost. We were looking for a restaurant that Isabella wanted to do, and so we're walking in what looks like a depressed ghetto of Mexico, to be honest with you. And so Sam and I were a little put off by that. We were a little nervous because we had heard stories about things going on in like Guadalajara and Mexico City and stuff, and we didn't know. And we just didn't know how bad Cozumel was for violent crime. After I got back, I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that there's virtually no violent crime in Cozumel. It's an island. It's very well controlled for that sort of thing. They have a little bit of pickpocketing, some property crime, that's it. Practically no violent crime at all. So had I known that in advance, I would have relaxed and had a little bit more fun, I think. So I think there is value in doing research beforehand so that you know exactly what risks you might be taking. But if you haven't had time to do that research, stick with Carnival and you'll be fine. Otherwise, you're on the risk of being yarded, which we explained in our episode at Grand Turk. Yarded. #yarded, I think we called it. So, some more on that there.